because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
Meghan Markle may be ready to go back to acting, but is Hollywood ready for her? There may be some surprising roadblocks in her way, and at least one celeb finds the idea of her performing again laughable. Potential nepotism. Meghan Markle had the opportunity to lend her voice to Disney's adorable Elephant documentary, but was it her talent that got her the gig? Some fans were suspicious after a clip emerged of her husband Prince Harry talking up her voiceover skills to then Disney CEO Bob Iger at the Lion King premiere. He told Bob that Meghan was really interested in doing voiceover work, and next thing we know, Meghan has a role in Elephants. Prince Harry and Meghan were likely planning their retirement from the royal family for quite some time, so he could have been trying to secure his family's financial future. But Meghan did have an acting career before she married Prince Harry, so perhaps she got the job based on her own skill and not her royal connections. However, Disney definitely seems to be playing up her connection to the royal family in order to get more people to tune in for Elephant. Her title, the Duchess of Sussex, has been a prominent part of the documentary's advertisement, instead of just letting her voice speak for itself. Disney Princess. There have been rumors that Meghan is hoping to upgrade her voiceover role and go from being the Duchess of Sussex to being a Disney princess. But based on the reviews of Elephant, this might not be an option. Critics haven't exactly been kind regarding her role, and reviews are certainly mixed so far. The Times critic Ed Potton said she's swapping pomp and circumstance for schmaltz and cheesiness. And many fans of nature documentaries can't help but compare Meghan's narration to the iconic voice of David Attenborough. But in Meghan's defense, there's only one David Attenborough, so that hardly seems like a fair comparison. If Meghan was hoping this initial role would lead to other acting gigs, the reviews rolling in might be holding her back, making a difference. The merit of Meghan's voiceover role in Elephants may be debatable, but there's certainly one thing we can't argue about the Duchess. She knows how to get things done. In fact, back when she was working on the show Suits, her nickname on set was something like Meghan Gets Stuff Done. Before she was worrying about fitting into the royal family, Meghan was always standing out because of her drive, ambition, and compassion for others. So what did she get done on the set of Suits? She decided to start donating leftover food from Suits to people experiencing homelessness. On Thanksgiving, Meghan helped dish out servings of turkey and convinced cast and crew members to come along. Meghan has always been a charitable person, before and after the royal family. It's possible that working as an actress simply wouldn't satisfy her desire to give back to her community. Even if Meghan has the option to resume her acting career, her career may end up taking a more charitable path. No deal. Everyone knows Meghan's big break was her role as Rachel Zane on the show Suits, but she was on a major television show before then. It's just that she had a very minor role. Who could forget the game show Deal or No Deal? Hosted by Howie Mandel, this game show let contestants choose briefcases held by gorgeous models, including Meghan Markle. Yes, the Duchess of Sussex was once a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal, but apparently she wasn't the biggest fan of the job. Although she called it a learning experience, her takeaway was that this was not the kind of job she wanted. Apparently, standing around smiling in super high heels isn't the most enjoyable way to spend a day. Meghan says she was always relieved when someone called her number so she could sit down. Since she's been out of the industry for a while, she might be expected to climb back up the ladder by taking less than ideal roles. But would Meghan really be willing to go through something like her Deal or No Deal ordeal again? Memorable. She doesn't exactly have fond memories of her time as a Deal or No Deal briefcase girl, but Howie Mandel doesn't remember working with her at all.
I think she's a duchess because of me.
Apparently, Meghan didn't do a lot of networking during her time on the show. She's admitted that she was just there for a paycheck while trying to make ends meet, and clearly she didn't manage to stand out. Host Howie Mandel admitted that he doesn't remember Meghan specifically, although he spoke highly of the briefcase girls in general. Chrissy Teigen was a briefcase girl for a short period of time, but all she had to compliment Meghan on was her looks. If Meghan wants to make it in the entertainment industry, she's definitely going to have to work on being more impressionable. No going back. Even though Suits was Meghan's big break, she wasn't asked to return for the finale. Creator Aaron Korsh decided to have Rachel Zane remain gone out of respect for Meghan Markle's decision to marry Prince Harry. He said that as much as he might have wanted to see the return of Rachel, it wasn't worth putting Meghan in an awkward position. So he made the choice not to ask her to return out of respect for her new life. Meghan may be leaving the royal life behind, but it wouldn't be surprising if other people in the industry follow the same logic as Aaron Korish. Maybe they'll feel awkward about taking Meghan away from the royal family and choose an actress who has less strings attached. Long distance. Before Meghan met Prince Harry, she was married to film producer and talent manager Trevor Engelson. But as we all know, things didn't exactly work out between them. While Meghan and Harry's relationship seemed to progress quickly, she dated Trevor for 7 years before finally tying the knot. However, only 2 years after their wedding, Meghan filed for divorce. Even her own friends were stunned by the seeming suddenness of her decision, and Trevor was apparently quite surprised as well. Although Meghan and Trevor prefer to stay quiet about their past, their split occurred after Meghan relocated due to her role on Suits. Long-distance relationships can be tough, and apparently show business and her marriage just didn't mix. Now Meghan is happily married to Prince Harry, and the two of them have a child together. Would she be willing to risk her family in favor of her career? If she tries to stay close to Harry, it could limit the role she's able to pursue and could have a negative impact on her career. Unsuitable. Not only could filming locations be a major concern for Meghan, but so could the content of any potential new projects. Filming elephant documentaries is certainly safe, but anything even remotely salacious could reflect poorly on the royal family. The fact that Meghan showed some serious skin on Suits was considered a huge deal when she got together with Prince Harry. And even though she's no longer a working member of the royal family, her behavior will still reflect them, for better or for worse, because they tend to be conservative when it comes to clothing and behavior. That's something Meghan would certainly have to respect when choosing new projects. Even if Meghan has the appropriate acting skills, finding an appropriate role could be quite the challenge. The TIG. There's no doubt that getting back into the entertainment industry would be difficult for Meghan, but are we sure it's even something she wants? She became famous for her role on Suits, but Meghan has a variety of things she's passionate about that go far beyond acting. Prior to her engagement to Prince Harry, she ran a lifestyle blog called The TIG. Meghan is a big-time foodie who loves to travel and has no shortage of followers who enjoyed following her culinary journey. Now that she's no longer a working member of the royal family, it may be time for her to restart the TIG instead of getting back into acting. After all, her audience has only grown larger since she met Prince Harry. According to Us Weekly, Meghan wants to relaunch the TIG, as well as release another cookbook for her fans. Weak resume. If Meghan plans on dusting off her old acting resume, she might realize it's not all that impressive aside from her time on Suits. For a long time, Meghan took whatever gigs she could get, which explains her time on Deal or No Deal, as well as the time she spent working as a freelance calligrapher and bookbinder. She had a small role on the soap opera General Hospital and guest starred on Century City, The War at Home, Fringe, and CSI New York. Her last major movie role was Horrible Bosses back in 2011, and before that, she appeared in Get Him to the Greek and Remember Me. Meghan's acting career was off to a solid start, but she left to marry Harry just as she was starting to get big. She may not be able to seamlessly step into big parts considering her past, and she may have to spend time rebuilding her resume. Laughingstock. Meghan Markle has tons of fans who would love to see her return to acting, but not everyone is that enthusiastic about her potential return. Apparently, Joan Collins is far from a fan, or at least she seemed that way when questioned about Meghan's potential return to the industry. When asked about the odds of Meghan getting back into acting, Joan laughed and said, "You've got to be joking." And she isn't the only one who doesn't think it's possible for Meghan to act again. According to Reputation Management Consultants Chairman Eric Schiffer, Meghan will probably get a lot of offers at first, but as time passes, the job offers will get fewer and fewer. He predicts her career will cause a backlash with the royal family until Hollywood decides it's not worth the trouble. Off limits. Meghan's connection to the royal family may open some doors for her, but it will slam others shut. Prince Edward was once interested in the entertainment industry and opened his own production company, but when he started filming his own family, that's when things got messy. He was accused of using his connections for his own gain, and his company wasn't taken seriously in the industry. When the company finally dissolved, its assets were only worth $49. Ouch! Hopefully, Prince Edward's experience will serve as a cautionary tale about how not to go from being royalty to making money on entertainment. Tabloid fodder. When Meghan Markle met Prince Harry, her British friends warned her against getting into a relationship with him. Not because of any perceived defect on Harry's part, but because they know how cruel the tabloids can be when it comes to the royal family. And Meghan has certainly seen it firsthand, especially since she sued the Mail for publishing a private letter she had written to her father. The more time she spends in the spotlight, the more tabloids are going to come after her, lawsuits or not. It's possible that Meghan will decide it's not worth inviting more of the stress into her life by pursuing an acting career. New chapter. Many people assumed Meghan was devastated to walk away from her acting career, but she claims this isn't the case. According to Meghan, she didn't feel as though she was giving up something. She just saw herself making a change. She called it a new chapter, and she said she was ready to move on from Suits and felt good about her decision. So it's entirely possible that Meghan is happy to leave the past in the past and open up yet another new chapter in her life. Archie Harrison. There are tons of celebrities who manage to balance parenthood and acting. So having a child certainly doesn't disqualify Meghan from having a career, but she and Harry have both been adamant about giving their son a normal life since before he was even born. They were willing to step away from the royal family in order to live more quiet lives with their son, and Meghan re-entering the spotlight doesn't exactly seem conducive to a normal lifestyle. Meghan might be okay with dealing with a ton of attention, but does she want the same for her son? What do you think the future holds for Meghan Markle? Are you hoping she returns to acting, or do you think she should follow a different career path? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And don't forget to click subscribe for more from The Taco. Bye for now.